she's hiding a bit of a secret weapon. Hello, you beautiful lot. Josh from Air Down Jacked Up Adventures here. Brian and I are on a bit of a drive around some of our favourite spots today for a bit of a date morning, and we thought we'd take the opportunity to do a bit of a walk round of our truck. So as we stop in different places, we will talk about different things that we have put on the truck, things that we love, things that we don't quite love, and things like that. We'll start with the headlights. We get a lot of questions about our headlights. Now, these are the bog standard Mitsubishi L200 Barbarian headlights, but me being me, I decided to bake them apart in the oven, much to Bryony's delight, and put some halo rings on them. So they're actually the bog standard headlights. We get asked where we bought them all the time, but I pulled them apart and put some halo rings on. Another question we get asked all the time is, what ride height are we on? What lifts do we run? Well, to answer those questions, we are on a custom 3.5-inch suspension lift on the front of the truck, and that includes custom fabricated upper control arms just to get our CV angles correct, because, you know, IFS life is always a challenge. We're running Old Man Emu suspension. And then at the back, we're on 4 inches of suspension with a Midland Road Springs heavy duty springs, and obviously the Old Man Emu shocks. We also run a 2-inch body lift all the way around. So that's a total of 5.5 inches lift at the front, 6-inch lift at the back, and we're on 35s, or the metric equivalent, which is 315, 75, 16. The rear bumper, I don't actually know what brand it is, if I'm honest. So the chap that bought it said it was ARB, and he said he had it imported. I've spoken to ARB, and they said it's not one of theirs. And I've spoken to a couple of other brands as well, who said they don't think it's theirs, even though it's very similar. However, a really good friend of ours ended up selling it to us. We Raptor coated it and put it on the truck. And the reason I love this, it's got the 2-inch hitch receiver, it's got built-in recovery points, and it's got rear sill protection for the tub. Being the Barbarian, it's the longer bed of the Mitsubishi L200s, so having a bit of protection on the end of this is really helpful. It also has massively increased our departure angle, so that is good. Up the side here, iconic cut snake wheel arches. We went with cut snake because the ABS plastic is so much more durable than fiberglass. They are a bit more money, but we found they really hold up. We did smash one when I stoved the wing in off-roading. We smashed one, but other than that, they've held up amazingly, and we are known for abusing our vehicle. As I said, we're on 315/75 16s. The offset of our wheels is -32, so they are offset a long old way. And they are on the 10J Tough Torque rims, which have held up to a heck of a lot of abuse. One tip, if you are going for big offset rims, we got some hub-centric adapters made, because the inner spigot size was completely wrong for our wheel hub, so we had an adapter made, just so when we're off-roading we know that it's not only the studs that are taking impact loads and shock loads, but the whole assembly. Moving around the front end, we have our trusty Winchmax mil-spec 13,500 pound winch, which has been put through some abuse, from moving great big trees on tracks to recovering ourselves and pulling around other vehicles. Obviously, we have full front Under Armour as well on the truck, just to keep us all protected underneath. The protection for the side steps, we have some rock sliders. The reason we've got the downswept ones is, as a lot of you know, Bryony has mobility issues, so it's easier for her to use them as a step, and also we had them when our kids were really teeny tiny, so it was easier for them to get in. A lot of people have them swept up and tucked right into the sills, but this works fine for us, which is really good. And then the last of the protection really is the good old Raptor coating that everybody knows and loves. So we Raptor coated our truck, it's got to be about 5 years ago now, and it's held up to a lot of abuse. I used to work in the woods before Bry's health got worse, and I was trashing the paintwork, standard factory paintwork on the truck, so we had to do something about it. And we've coated our plastics as well, so here's our raised air intake, our snorkel, and we've just wrapped some of our plastics to tie in and just give it UV protection as well as durability. One thing that comes up around the campfire a lot is, what on earth is MPG like on a vehicle this big? Well, yes, she is a big girl for the UK, and we do laden it pretty heavy, but she's hiding a bit of a secret weapon. We re-geared our differentials to suit the 35s. Whilst we were doing that, we also threw a rear locker in, because the Barbarian model of L200 doesn't come factory standard with a rear locker, so that's a bonus for the tracks. And another positive, as well as the MPG, about re-gearing it is when we're towing or we're pulling up a steep track, all of the torque is back to pretty much as standard. Well, we are stopped off enjoying a proper cream tea, because cream on first, as we're in Devon. Hopefully this video answers some of the basic questions that people ask us about the truck. We have many more mods. Obviously, we haven't even touched the expedition and overlanding side of things yet. We'll do that in another video. So if you have any questions, if we haven't covered something that you want to know, or if there's something that you're not sure about, drop a comment below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.